Today we are going to talk about the lost civilization of ancient Sumeria and its connection to the biblical Garden of Eden. But before we start, remember to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you enjoy it. Also, stick around until the end for some shocking revelations about the real location of the Garden of Eden. You don't want to miss this. We have all heard of the biblical story of the Garden of Eden, where Adam and Eve lived before being cast out by God, after eating from the tree of knowledge. But what most people do and know is that there is a hidden connection between the Sumerian civilization and the biblical Garden of Eden. This hidden link has been ignored by mainstream historians for centuries. But now we are going to uncover it and reveal the shocking truth behind it. Before we dive into the Sumerian texts, let's take a moment to look at the Garden of Eden itself. According to the Bible, the Garden of Eden was located in the east, watered by the River of Eden, which flowed out into 4 rivers. It may seem like just a simple story from a religious text, but it holds much more than meets the eye. The description of the garden as being watered by a river that flows into 4 different rivers is incredibly detailed and points to a specific geographical location. And it is this detail that will lead us to the hidden connection with ancient Sumeria and the stunning revelation of where the Garden of Eden was actually located. But first, let's explore the fascinating history of ancient Sumeria itself. Ancient Sumeria is considered to be the birthplace of civilization. Located in what is now southern Iraq, it was here that the first city-states, temples, and systems of writing developed. Sumeria flourished around 2900 BC and was home to some of the earliest known human settlements. The Sumerians were an advanced civilization for their time, and they developed many innovations that helped shape the course of human history. They invented the wheel, the plow, and the sail, and they also developed the first known system of mathematics. They also had a rich culture with a deep belief in mythology and religion. Their pantheon of gods was vast and complex, and they believed that the world was created by a great flood. Many of their myths and legends have survived to this day and have had a profound impact on world literature. From Gilgamesh to the story of the Anunnaki, Sumerian mythology is filled with tales of adventure, heroism, and tragedy. These stories have captured the imaginations of people for centuries and continue to be popular today. But perhaps the most famous Sumerian myth is the story of the creation of man. According to Sumerian legend, the first humans were created from clay by the gods. This story is strikingly similar to the biblical account of the creation of Adam, which would later become a cornerstone of monotheistic religions. This shared creation story is one of the first links in the chain that connects ancient Sumeria to the biblical Garden of Eden. As we delve deeper into the Sumerian texts, we will find more similarities that point to a hidden connection between these two seemingly disparate stories. In the next part of our journey, we will explore the Sumerian text that reveals the shocking location of the Garden of Eden. So make sure to stay tuned and don't miss out on this exciting discovery. The Sumerians kept detailed records of their history and culture on clay tablets using a system of cuneiform writing. One particular tablet, known as the Epic of Eden, contains a wealth of information about the Sumerian creation story and the location of the Garden of Eden. According to the epic, the Garden of Eden was located in the land of Sumer, which is believed to be the same as ancient Sumeria. This is the second piece of evidence that links the Sumerians to the biblical Garden of Eden. The Sumerian epic also describes the Garden of Eden as being surrounded by a wall and guarded by cherubim, which again aligns with the biblical description of the garden. The similarities between the Sumerian and biblical accounts of the Garden of Eden are striking and suggest a shared source or inspiration for both stories. However, the most shocking revelation from the Epic of Eden comes when we examine the description of the 4 rivers that flow out of the garden. According to the epic, the 4 rivers flow into 4 different seas, which correspond to the 4 corners of the earth. This is precisely the same description that is given in the book of Genesis for the 4 rivers that flow out of the Garden of Eden. This shared detail between the Sumerian and biblical accounts is extremely significant and provides strong evidence that the Garden of Eden was located in ancient Sumeria. To better understand this concept, let's analyze each river individually. The first river mentioned in both accounts is the Pishon, which flows into the Gulf of Oman. The second river is the Gihon, which flows into the Persian Gulf. The third river is the Tigris, which flows into the Mediterranean Sea. And the fourth river is the Euphrates, which also flows into the Mediterranean. Interestingly, the exact locations where these rivers converge with the seas are identical in both the Sumerian and biblical accounts. This further reinforces the connection between the two stories and provides a concrete geographical link to the Garden of Eden. In the next part of our journey, we will examine the archaeological evidence that supports the Sumerian text and confirms the location of the Garden of Eden in ancient Sumeria. So make sure to stay tuned and don't miss out on this compelling evidence. When we examine the archaeological evidence, it becomes clear that the Sumerian text is accurate and that the Garden of Eden was indeed located in ancient Sumeria. The city of Eridu, located in modern-day Iraq, is believed to be the location of the biblical Garden of Eden. This is supported by the fact that Eridu is situated near the confluence of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, which are mentioned in both the Sumerian text and the Bible as flowing out of the garden. Additionally, excavations at Eridu have uncovered ruins of a massive city wall, which aligns with the Sumerian description of the garden being enclosed. The ruins of the city wall can be found at the ancient site of Tel al-Ubaid, which is located near the modern city of Nasiriyah in southern Iraq. The archaeological evidence thus far supports the Sumerian text and the theory that the Garden of Eden was located in ancient Sumeria. However, there is one final piece of evidence that will serve to confirm this once and for all. In the center of the ancient Sumerian city of Eridu, archaeologists have discovered a series of strange structures that date back to the time of the biblical Adam and Eve. These structures are unlike anything else that has been found in the region, and they provide the final piece of evidence needed to confirm the location of the Garden of Eden. The structures are circular in shape and are believed to have been used for religious ceremonies. They date back to around 3000 BC, which is exactly the time period in which the biblical Adam and Eve are said to have lived. The structures are perfectly round and are made of mud brick, which was a common building material in ancient Sumeria. They are similar to the circular temples that were built by the Sumerians in other parts of the region, but they are much older and more primitive. The purpose of these structures is not fully understood, but scholars believe that they may have been used for religious rituals or ceremonies. They may have been used to worship the Sumerian gods or to commemorate the creation of man. Alternatively, they may have been used as burial grounds for important members of Sumerian society. What makes these structures so unique is their age and their location. They are some of the oldest structures of their kind ever found in the region, and they were built in the exact location where the biblical Garden of Eden is said to have been located. The structures are thus far the only pieces of physical evidence that have been found to support the Sumerian text and the biblical account of the Garden of Eden. Their discovery has provided a tangible link to the past and has helped to bring the ancient Sumerians to life. So what do you think about the hidden connection between ancient Sumeria and the biblical Garden of Eden? Do you find the evidence compelling? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.